Nashali is joining us right now. Nashali, welcome to TMZ Live.
Hey, Nashali.
How are you doing? How are you feeling after that ordeal?
Thank you for having me. I'm actually feeling really good. Like I said, the last 2 days, I've woken up to a lot of people just being so supportive, showing me a lot of love, and just feels great.
We should say you're a nurse in Florida, correct?
I'm in nursing school. I'm trying to be a nurse. But I do work as a full-time medical laboratory technician.
Can you take us to this gym in your complex? Had you seen this guy? Explain what led up to this.
So I was there alone working out. I was in the middle of my set, and I hear a knock on the door. And some people do forget their key fobs. And so I just let him in, and I didn't really pay too much mind to it. I just kind of went back to finish up my workout.
Had you ever seen him before in the gym? Did any bells go off that this was a complete stranger or someone you'd seen before?
Right. I only saw him once around the apartment complex gym. But other than that, no, I didn't really think too much into it.
But he lived in the building, correct?
Yeah, he lived in the building.
So give us the size differential. I'm curious about this because what we saw in the video
is hard
just
to tell in the video.
Unbelievable. Are you a shorter, smaller person? Is he large? I can't really tell.
I'm actually pretty small. I'm 5'4". I'm roughly 130 pounds, so I'm pretty small. He was about, I want to say 5'9", 5'10". He was obviously a little bigger than me, but somehow I managed, to fight him off. But
yeah, I mean, you didn't really hesitate. Amazing. Yeah. You just did exactly what the self-defense experts always say. Have you ever taken a self-defense class or anything? Because you really seem to know what you were doing, which was just to keep fighting.
Right. No, I've never taken a class or anything of any sorts.
Wow.
It was just kind of just instinct.
Was he saying anything to you? I mean, obviously, he got into your physical space, and that would be a reason enough to be alarmed. I'm just wondering if he was saying anything that made you know immediately that this guy is up to no good.
No, so for the first half of the encounterment, he didn't say a single word to me. It was just me talking what are you doing, bro? Get the away from me. He wasn't exchanging any words until we reached the other side of the gym where I was trying to call 911, and he said, don't do that, don't call nobody. And I was like, what? And then that's when he grabbed me and we just started going at it.
So Did you know early on in this attack that his end game was a sexual assault?
At first, no. But after a little bit of interaction, I can see that he was also trying to grab me in certain ways and stuff. I was like, oh, he obviously is trying to, get to that extent.
Help everybody out who's watching this, because everybody wonders, how do you fight somebody off
who's bigger than you?
Yeah, and I realize you were kind of in the moment, but tell us what kind of turned it where you ended up basically scaring him away. What did you specifically do?
So as you can see in the video, when he grabbed me, I first started off with punching him in his head with my phone. Then I started jabbing him with my left hand. And then we ended up on the floor for a little bit. And off the camera, you don't see it, obviously, but when we were off camera, he was trying to put me in a chokehold, and I somehow slipped out of it. I elbowed him in the face, and I grabbed all of his beard hairs. I started twisting it and twisting it. And that's when you see me standing up, and I just tell him, get off. And he kind of just let go, and I just ran out. It was just me constantly fighting.
That was so smart.
Constantly
so you
fighting.
That was
and looking for any way possible to inflict pain. It's just so smart in the moment, and you're not, like you said, didn't take a class or anything. You're obviously athletic. We see you were in there working out. Did you do? I mean, I gotta ask, did you ever wrestle? Because the moves you were doing to get out of, honestly, to get out of a chokehold is not something that people can typically do. Any organized sport that you played growing up?
No, growing up, all I played was recreational soccer. I've just been a bodybuilder for the last 2 years now, but I haven't taken any classes or anything. I think because my dad's in the military, maybe it has something to do with that. But it was really just, like I said, it was all instinct, just me just fighting back. I was like, he was not going to touch me. I was not going to allow him to do anything. So I just kept pushing on.
I got to ask you, have you been back to the gym? Because obviously, I mean, we're talking about this and it was, it ended well for you and he was arrested. But I would imagine there's some, PTSD in going back there. Have you been back to the gym?
There is like a little bit PTSD, but not too much. I've just been more cautious, but I've been going back to the gym back every day and it actually hasn't stopped me one bit. These type of situations, shouldn't really stop you from doing what you love and doing what you enjoy.
You are amazing.
Really amazing.
You are absolute. I swear to God, you are amazing that you could instinctively do what you did, that you were thinking as you were doing. And just listening to your background with your dad in the military and that you're working out and everything, all of those things clearly worked for you. But I got to say, you are an inspirational person. I really mean that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Wow. We wish you the best in your studies in nursing school. And Nashali, thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys.
Really appreciate it. I got to tell you, she is incredible.
Amazing.
Oh.
Yes.